Anti-poverty and employment generation. As per the estimation by the Tendulkar Committee, the number of below poverty line (BPL) declined to 21.9% of the population in 2011 to 12, from 29.8% in 2009 to 10, and 37.2% in 2004 to 5. The Global Multidimensional Poverty Index 2018, released by the UN, noted that 271 million people moved out of poverty between 2005/6 and 2015/16 in India. The poverty rate in the country has nearly halved, falling from 55% to 28% over the 10-year period. Still, a big part of the population in India is living below the poverty line. As per Tendulkar Committee, this estimation is around 21.9% of the total population of the country. Government schemes. Integrated Rural Development Program (IRDP). The Integrated Rural Development Program (IRDP), which was introduced in 1978 to 79 and universalized from 2 October 1980, aimed at providing assistance to the rural poor in the form of subsidy and bank credit for productive employment opportunities through successive plan periods. On 1 April 1999, the IRDP and allied programs were merged into a single program, known as Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana (SGSY). The SGSY emphasizes on organizing the rural poor into self-help groups, capacity building, planning of activity clusters, infrastructure support, technology, credit and marketing linkages. Jawahar Rozgar Yojana or Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana. Under the wage employment programs, the National Rural Employment Program (NREP) and Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program (RLEGP) were started in 6th and 7th plans. The NREP and RLEGP were merged in April 1989 under Jawahar Rozgar Yojana (JRY). The JRY was meant to generate meaningful employment opportunities for the unemployed and underemployed in rural areas through the creation of economic infrastructure and community and social assets. The JRY was revamped from 1 April 1999 as Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana (JGSY). It now became a program for the creation of rural economic infrastructure, with employment generation as the secondary objective. Rural housing. Indira Awas Yojana. The Indira Awas Yojana (IAY) program aims at providing free housing to below poverty line families in rural areas, and main targets would be the households of SC or STs. It was first merged with the Jawahar Rozgar Yojana (JRY) in 1989, and in 1996, it broke away from JRY into a separate housing scheme for the rural poor. Food for Work Program. The Food for Work program was started in 2000 to 2001 as a component of Employment Assurance Scheme. It was first launched in 8 drought-affected states of Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Uttaranchal. It aims at enhancing food security through wage employment. Food grains are supplied to states, free of cost. However, the supply of food grains from the Food Corporation of India godowns has been slow. Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana (SGRY). The JGSY, AAS and Food for Work program were revamped and merged under the new Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana (SGRY) scheme from 1 September 2001. The main objective of the scheme continues to be the generation of wage employment, creation of durable economic infrastructure in rural areas, and provision of food and nutrition security for the poor. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act (MGNREGA) 2005. It was launched on February 2, 2005. The Act provides 100 days assured employment every year to every rural household. 1/3 of the proposed jobs would be reserved for women. The central government will also establish national employment guarantee funds. Similarly, state governments will establish state employment guarantee funds for implementation of the scheme. Under the program, if an applicant is not provided employment within 15 days, he will be entitled to a daily unemployment allowance. Salient features of MGNREGA are: right-based framework, time-bound guarantee of employment, labor-intensive work, women empowerment, transparency and accountability, adequate funding by central government.
National Food for Work Program. It was launched on November 14, 2004, in 150 most backward districts of the country. The objective of the program was to provide additional resources, available under Sampoorna Gramin Rojgar Yojana. This was 100% centrally funded program. Now this program has been subsumed in the MGN-REGA from Feb 2, 2006.
National Rural Livelihood Mission Ajivika 2011. It is the skill and placement initiative of Ministry of Rural Development. It is a part of National Rural Livelihood Mission NRLM. The mission for poverty reduction is called Ajivika 2011. It evolves out the need to diversify the needs of the rural poor and provide them jobs with regular income on monthly basis. Self-help groups are formed at the village level to help the needy. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. The Cabinet on March 21, 2015, cleared the scheme to provide skill training to 1.4 million youth, with an overall outlay of Rs 1,120 crore. This plan is implemented with the help of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship through the National Skill Development Corporation. It will focus on fresh entrant to the labor market, especially labor market, and class 10th and 12th dropouts. National Heritage Development and Augmentation Yojana, RIDE. RIDE scheme was launched 21 Jan 2015 to preserve and rejuvenate the rich cultural heritage of the country. This Rs 500 crore program was launched by Urban Development Ministry in New Delhi. Initially it is launched in 12 cities: Amritsar, Varanasi, Gaya, Puri, Ajmer, Mathura, Dwarka, Badami, Velankani, Kanchipuram, Warangal and Amravati. These programs played or playing a very crucial role in the development of all sections of the society, so that the concept of holistic development can be ensured in the real sense. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development (NABARD) was established on July 12, 1982, with the paid-up capital of Rs 100 crore, by 50-50 contribution of Government of India and Reserve Bank of India. It is the apex banking institution to provide finance for agriculture and rural development. It is an apex institution in rural credit structure for providing credit for promotion of agriculture, small-scale industries, cottage and village industries, handicrafts etc. NABARD functions to serve as an apex financing agency for the institutions providing investment and production credit for promoting various developmental activities in rural areas. To take measures towards institution building, for improving absorptive capacity of the credit delivery system, including monitoring, formulation of rehabilitation schemes, restructuring of credit institutions, and training of personnel. To coordinate the rural financing activities of all institutions engaged in developmental work at the field level, and liaison with the Government of India, the state governments, the Reserve Bank and other national level institutions concerned with policy formulation. To undertake monitoring and evaluation of projects refinanced by it. NABARD gives high priority to projects formed under Integrated Rural Development Program (IRDP). It arranges refinance for IRDP accounts in order to give highest share for the support for poverty alleviation programs run by Integrated Rural Development Program. NABARD also gives guidelines for promotion of group activities under its programs, and provides 100% refinance support for them. It is setting linkages between self-help group, SHG, which are organized by voluntary agencies, for poor and needy in rural areas. It refinances to the complete extent for those projects, which are operated under the National Watershed Development Program and the National Mission of Wasteland Development. It also has a system of district-oriented monitoring studies, under which study is conducted for a cross-section of schemes that are sanctioned in a district to various banks to ascertain their performance and to identify the constraints in their implementation. It also initiates appropriate action to correct them. It also supports Vikas Vahini, volunteer programs which offer credit and development activities to poor farmers. It also inspects and supervises the cooperative banks and RRBs to periodically ensure the development of the rural financing and farmers' welfare. NABARD also recommends about licensing for RRBs and cooperative banks to RBI. NABARD gives assistance for the training and development of the staff of various other credit institutions which are engaged in credit distributions. It also runs programs for agriculture and rural development in the whole country. It is engaged in regulations of the cooperative banks and the RRBs and manages their talent acquisition through IBPS-CWE conducted across the country. NABARD roles. It is an apex institution, which has power to deal with all matters concerning policy, planning, as well as operations in giving credit for agriculture and other economic activities in the rural areas. It is a refinancing agency for those institutions that provide investment and production credit for promoting the several developmental programs for rural development. It is improving the absorptive capacity of the credit delivery system in India, including monitoring, formulation of rehabilitation schemes, restructuring of credit institutions, and training of personnel. It coordinates the rural credit financing activities of all sorts of institutions engaged in developmental work at the field level, while maintaining liaison with Government of India and state governments, and also RBI and other national level institutions that are concerned with policy formulation. It prepares rural credit plans annually for all districts in the country. It also promotes research in rural banking and the field of agriculture and rural development. NABARD milestones and activities. Business operations. Production credit. NABARD sanctioned aggregating of 66,418 crore short-term loans to cooperative banks and regional rural banks (RRBs) during 2012-13, against which the maximum outstanding was 65,176 crore. Investment credit. Investment credit for capital formation in agriculture and allied sectors, non-farm sector activities and services sector, to commercial banks, RRBs and cooperative banks, reached a level of 17,674.29 crores on 31 March 2013, registering an increase of 14.6% over the previous year. Rural Infrastructure Development Fund (RIDF). Through the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund (RIDF), 16,292.26 crore was disbursed during 2012-13. A cumulative amount of 1,62,083 crore has been sanctioned for 5.8 lakh projects as on 31 March 2013, covering irrigation, rural roads and bridges, health and education, soil conservation, drinking water schemes, flood protection, forest management, etc. New business initiatives. NABARD Infrastructure Development Assistance (NIDA). NABARD has set up NIDA, a new line of credit support for funding of rural infrastructure projects. The sanctions under NIDA during the year 2012-13 was 2,818.46 crore and disbursement was 859.70 crore. Direct refinance assistance to CCBs for short-term multipurpose credit. Direct refinance assistance to CCBs was conceived an additional line of finance for CCBs in the light of recommendations of the Task Force on Revival of Short-Term Rural Cooperative Credit Structure, which enables the latter to raise financial resources other than from STCBs. During 2012-13, refinance assistance aggregating 3,385 crore was sanctioned to 42 CCBs, and disbursement stood at 2,363.45 crore. Now it can be concluded that the agricultural and rural development is totally dependent on the efficiency of the NABARD, which is doing its job as per the requirements of the economy.